Hi and Assalamualaikum. Now we want to learn about ecosystem. In ecosystem, for topic 1 is energy flow in an ecosystem. Organism is divided into 3, which is producer, consumer and decomposer. What is mean by producer? Producer mean produce its own food through photosynthesis. Maksudnya dia menghasilkan makanan sendiri melalui proses photosynthesis. So green plant is producer. The second one is consumer. Consumer mean eat another organism. We have primary consumer, secondary consumer and tertiary consumer. Primary consumer eat producer, which is herbivore and omnivore. Secondary consumer eat primary consumer, which omnivore and carnivore. And tertiary consumer eat secondary consumer, which is carnivore. And the last one in organism we call decomposer. Decomposer mean breaks down dead animal and plant. Okay, dia menguraikan animal and plant yang telah mati into simpler materials or nutrient. From producer to primary consumer, secondary consumer and tertiary consumer. But when producer and all consumer dead, it will decompose by decomposer. Now we want to look about food chain. What is mean by food chain? Food chain is used to show the feeding relationship between organism. So we look the first one. So before that, this is the direction or arrow to show eaten by. Maksudnya dimakan oleh. Bila ada arrow, so kita faham contohnya, the corn is eaten by the rat. So ada anak panah lagi. So the rat is eaten by the owl. We look the second one. So the carrot is eaten by the rabbit eaten by the fox, and the fox eaten by the lion. Next we move to food web. Food web is the interconnection of a few food chain. Maksudnya food web adalah combination food chain. Bila food chain, gabungan food chain kita namakan food web. Kita tengok satu persatu food chain. The first one, cabbage eaten by the caterpillar, eaten by the bird, and the bird eaten by the snake. So this is first food chain. For second food chain, cabbage is eaten by the snail, and snail eaten by the bird, and the bird eaten by the snake. So this is the second food chain. So when we combine all the food chain, we call food web. This is a pyramid numbers. A pyramid numbers is a diagram that shows the relative number of organisms at each level of a food chain. Okay. As we see, the plant or producer, okay, harus diletakkan di base piramid. Okay, di atas base piramid adalah di atas daripada producer, kita kena letakkan primary consumer. Okay, di atas primary consumer, kita kena letakkan secondary consumer. Dan yang di atas sekali adalah tertiary consumer. So, what is the conclusion yang kita boleh buat berdasarkan pyramid number of food web ataupun food chain? Okay, yang pertama adalah the number of organism decreases. Okay, organism semakin naik ni, okay, dia punya number semakin berkurangan. Tengok yang di bawah ni banyak plant. Okay, yang di atas ni hanya ada satu sahaja eagle. So, the number of organism decreases. But, the size of organism increases. So, we compare grasshopper dengan eagle. So, kita boleh buat kesimpulan dekat sini. The size of organism increases. Okay, point number 2 of pyramid number, when one population in a food web is missing or decreases in number, it will affect the other organism. So, what will happen? The food web become unbalanced too. Okay, Clark. Let's say, kita ada dekat sini, kita ada 3 bird. Okay, let's say 2 bird die. Okay, 2 burung dah mati. Sekarang kita tinggal hanya 1 burung. So, what will happen to the grasshopper and what will happen to the eagle? Okay, so grasshopper akan jadi lebih banyak. While the eagle, apa yang akan jadi pada eagle? So, eagle akan berkurangan disebabkan kekurangan makanan. Okay, this is energy flow in a food web and the pyramid of numbers. So, bila kita analyse, okay, producer dia akan, contohnya, akan menghasilkan 10,000 kilokalori. So, bila naik kepada primary consumer, dia akan berkurangan menjadi 1,000 kilokalori. Secondary consumer, okay, akan dapat 100 kilokalori. Dan last kali, untuk eagle, tertiary consumer, dia hanya mendapat 10 kilokalori. So, maksudnya, makin lama, energi akan loss. Okay. So, this is the difference between food chain and food web. Okay, food chain. So, food chain is just one path of energy. Okay, kenapa disebut sebagai energy? Sebab, okay, untuk grasshopper pun dia makan producer untuk mendapatkan tenaga. Okay, frog pun akan makan grasshopper untuk mendapatkan tenaga. Dan seterusnya. Okay. While food web is everything is connected. Maksudnya dia adalah combination. Okay, so kita tengok kat sini kan. So, everything is connected. Next, we move to subtopic nutrient cycle in ecosystem. So, for the first one is nutrient cycle in the ecosystem. So, kenapa kita perlu ada nutrient cycle? The first one is the transfer of nutrients and energy. Okay, maksud nutrient cycle adalah kita nak transfer, pindahkan nutrien dan juga tenaga that take place continuously. Okay, jadi secara berterusan dalam ekosistem. Next is use. Nutrient cycle is used by living things and then return to the environment to be reused. So we have 3 cycle. The first one is oxygen cycle. The second one is carbon cycle, and the third one is water cycle. Okay, this is water cycle. Next, we look to interference to the nutrient cycle. Gangguan kepada nutrient cycle. So, apa yang menyebabkan gangguan kepada nutrient cycle? Human activities that interfere with the nutrient cycle. Maksudnya, human activity, aktiviti manusia yang mengganggu nutrient cycle. Aktiviti yang pertama adalah logging, pembalakan. Yang kedua, industrialization. Number 3, mining. And number 4, burning of fuels. Okay, so empat ini akan menyebabkan interference, gangguan kepada nutrient cycle. So, how to overcome interference to the nutrient cycle? The first one is replanting the plant. Number 2, create forest reserve, hutan simpan. Number 3, use public transport and carpooling. Number 4, through education. Okay, macam mana, kenapa ekosistem dimasukkan dalam silibus? Okay, through education. Number 5, plan agricultural activity. And the last one is tightening the existing law. So, that's all for now. Thank you.